Worries, doubts, and anxieties. These things, for better or worse, are a normal part of life. They are part of how we've evolved as humans. Whether it's a worry about unpaid bills, an upcoming job interview, or health issues, everyone has one or two things that they stress about. However, since they are a natural part of life, some worries can be quite beneficial. They are some sort of signal to encourage us to confront our problems and push us to find solutions. However, just like any other thing, when it's excessive, it becomes something that is not good. Excessive worrying, negative thinking, and constantly expecting the worst-case scenario can have a great impact on our health, both physically and mentally. In other words, it hinders us to live a quality life. Have you ever stopped for a moment and asked yourself whether you, just sitting there in a daze and worrying, would change things for the better? No, it won't change anything. All it does is make the problem seem much, much bigger than it actually is. And while we can't always stop bad things from happening, we can always take steps to reduce our worries. In today's video, we will share with you some tips that can help you worry less and live more. Welcome to Thrivetastic. If you're new here, why not hit that subscribe button and join our community? And as always guys, give this video a thumbs up for that YouTube algorithm. 1. Put things in perspective. Worrying is frequently the result of taking something out of proportion and exaggerating it in your mind. So take a time to assess the situation rationally. Look at the facts and weigh them against how things could turn out. Is it really that big of a deal? Or is it just simply an inconvenience? Is it worth spending your time with? Your worries and anxieties are just as strong as you allow them to be. You can confront your worries and anxieties by deconstructing them, examining their roots, and determining whether or not they are realistic. 2. Focus on solutions rather than problems. When you find yourself worrying, instead of focusing on the problem or feeling obligated to solve it right away, shift your focus to possible solutions. What would you say to a friend in your situation if they came to you for advice? It's fine if you can't think of any good solutions immediately. Breaking problems down into smaller chunks is often easier than tackling them all at once. Consider each part of the problem independently and how they might be solved before integrating them into a complete solution. 3. Keep your mind busy with activities you enjoy. Worrying consumes time, energy, and emotional strength that could be better spent elsewhere. How much of your time do you spend worrying? What if you put the same amount of time doing something productive or in self-care instead? You can keep your thoughts busy by doing things you enjoy. It could be playing an instrument, cooking, writing, taking a walk in nature, or caring for animals. Or it could be something completely different. What's important is that these activities are essential and gratifying because they connect you with something more than yourself. And when we're connected with something bigger than ourselves, our minds don't wander towards worry or anxiety. 4. Focus on the present moment. Keep your focus on the present moment and stop reading too much into events and situations that have yet to transpire. It's simple to draw assumptions based on insufficient knowledge, but this might cause your mind to race ahead of itself without concern for whether or not your ideas are true. By focusing on what is happening right now, you may perceive events for what they are, rather than allowing them to be warped by anxieties. Anxieties about what might happen in the future or regrets about what has happened in the past. 5. Confront your fear and act anyway. Take a moment the next time you find yourself worried to assess your emotive response to the issue. Things are probably not as awful as you believe they are. You might be imagining all sorts of dreadful outcomes if things don't go your way. However, these are just that. Thoughts. The interesting thing about our emotional response to fear is that it far outweighs the real threat. The more we are terrified of something, the more likely we are to avoid dealing with it, and hence end up stuck. While it's acceptable to experience fear, the important thing is to not let it prevent you from acting on it. Remember, you'll be able to overcome any hurdle once you've mastered the technique of acting despite your fear. 6. Surround yourself with positive people. Relationships are vital and the people in your life impact who you are and how you feel. So having a support system that makes you happy and healthy is beneficial. We feel more confident and enthusiastic about our lives when we are surrounded by individuals who support us. Our lives suffer when we surround ourselves with negative people. It is essential to be able to be yourself in front of others without worrying about how they will react or whether they will accept your choices. 7. Squash envy. Sometimes when we are very anxious, our emotions and feelings can be amplified, and that includes envy. You may encounter someone who may seem to have it all and be envious of their success at times. However, take a step back and understand that everyone has their own issues and difficulties in a different timeline. You might be in a different situation and at a different point in your journey. Embrace your unique challenges and opportunities and accept who you are. After all, the grass isn't always greener on the other side of the fence. 8. Don't take yourself so seriously. It's easy to lose sight of the fact that we're all human and make mistakes. When you make a mistake or say something stupid, it doesn't imply you're a bad person. It just means you made a mistake or said something stupid. It's all too easy to become lost in your own thoughts and take everything you do or say seriously. However, it is crucial not to be overly judgmental of yourself because things do happen. When things don't go as planned, keep in mind that it's not the end of the world. If something doesn't work out today, try again tomorrow. 9. Let go of perfectionism. You've probably heard of the term perfectionism. It's a way of thinking that makes you feel that you have to do everything perfectly, and that if it's not perfect, it's not worth doing at all. We impose unnecessary stress on ourselves and limit what we can do when we add this kind of pressure to our lives, and feel that everything needs to be done perfectly or else it's meaningless. Let's rid of the notion that you must excel in everything. Instead, concentrate on being productive. Do what you can and let the rest go. 10. Learn how to manage your time more effectively. Learning how to manage your time better is one of the best methods to get rid of anxieties and start living. This will enable you to devote more time to yourself and lessen stress. Begin with saying no. When you have too many responsibilities, it can be challenging, but it's necessary. You must also prioritize what is most important. This can mean devoting more time to tasks that offer you a sense of purpose or doing things for fun rather than just because they are required. 11. Accept that you cannot control everything. Acceptance is an essential component of emotional intelligence, as well as happiness. In life, you cannot control everything. There are just some things that are beyond your control. Accepting this can help you avoid being consumed by worry. If you can't accept anything, it's probably because you believe that if things were different in some way, life would be better. This type of thinking leads us directly into circular reasoning, which only adds to our stress. Accepting is what allows us not only to let go of our fears, but also see doubt as an opportunity rather than a hindrance. 12. Practice gratitude. If you aren't thankful for the positive things in your life, it's easy to become worried about everything else. There are numerous ways to practice gratitude, but maintaining a gratitude journal is one of the most effective ways. It's a great approach to remind yourself of what you have or have achieved. Each day, write down at least 3 things you're grateful for in this journal. This can be done before going to bed or first thing in the morning. The idea is to recognize something that offers you joy and makes life worthwhile every day. Worrying does not remove tomorrow's problems, but it definitely does give you strength for today. I know some of you are here today because you're anxious or worried about something. Now here's the good news. Worry is just a mental habit that can be overcome. You can change and take control of your life and live in a place of peace, joy, and gratitude. All you have to do is find the courage to do so. It would not be easy, but let's take things one at a time. Thank you for watching this Thrivetastic video. So if you found it valuable, consider subscribing to our channel and joining our awesome community. And if you're still hungry for more, we handpicked this awesome Thrivetastic video for you to watch next.